here.
Hey, last series, right? Let's rack it up.
Presented by Progressive, and honestly, couldn't think of a better way to close the day out. Let's get into it.
It's going to be very interesting to see what words Ferrer said to his team, see what we're going to actually see out of them. How much will they change? How much will they know was just down to an iffy couple of weeks? Was it something personal we don't know about? Lots of questions. Space Station Gaming wanting to put forward a lot of exclamation marks to battle them.
Yeah, there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot of questions on either end of the field because, again, Space Station, they've just been very consistent at being
Hawks are moving, though.
Yeah.
And you want to see them have a better moment, but they just haven't quite been able to get over that hump. And then on the flip side, Karmine Corp, they just were incredible, and then they couldn't find it again. So both ends of the field going to feel a lot of pressure in the earlier stages of this game. One, LJ, my player to watch for this game for right reasons, trying to kick things off.
I mean, LJ has been, I think in every series we've seen SSG play on LAN, he has been their man. He has been astonishing. One of the best players in North America at the moment, like easily top 5, usually top 3, but the team performance hasn't necessarily been there at every single look. So LJ, I think we're going to want to make sure that we see him pop off, make sure that he is, again, that target man. Karmine Corp, a lot more rounded, a lot of quality in every single player on that side. I think a lot more.
Oh my gosh, look at that second jump usage.
I agree. Here comes Vatira.
Okay.
Want to try and take this one away. Rise and him just playing the slow game, pinballing back to each other. This one breaks past second man. Rise tried to go off the backboard. Great clear there from LJ. Demo in the back end of things from Chicago, which is what you want to see. If you're a Karmine Corp fan, you want to see the demos coming through, especially when Space Station tries to get a little cheeky with the cheat ups and weave their way in through. Seeing that aggression, that is a great sign.
It's a minute 45, and there has been a lot of Karmine Corp pressure thus far. Rise trying to stand down towards that left wing. Round 1, round 2, goes for the bump on the man.
Dodge.
He was there. Boxer, though, evades that push. It's going to make sure that this game stays 0-0 so far. We've seen a lot of chips come through so far for KC as well. Each one actually working its way past SSG.
Oh my, no, Tao's mechanics look crazy right now. His movement, I should say.
I like this one. Around the corner was Hoxer, but Vatira and even just the rest of Karmine Corp are trying to play this very, very close. SSG a little bit further away, so it opens up some space for KC. Vatira takes this one low. Great challenge there from Hoxer as well, but low boost means he's not going to be able to take this back from Rise. Rise to the backboard here. Great slowdown from Chicago and Space Station. Really, they got to play a patient game here. You can't be too over-aggressive with Karmine Corp. You got to be prepared to run back at any given moment.
I mean, this really is, I think, the epitome of both teams feeling each other out. They have never played in their current lineups. Copenhagen with one, London with the other. World Championships is where they're going to be colliding. Atto now central. Tavati sealing down. Rise was on target for the top corner. Instead, Hoxer is going to make sure that he shuts them down early. 2 minutes.
Both teams look solid.
Through the game. LJ challenged by Vatira again. Rise shot on an open net, but with not enough power. Chicago can quite easily clean it up.
Yeah, great slowdown there. Again, Space Station playing a very good defensive game. A little bit of a miss there. Missed opportunity at least, but LJ trying to keep it going. Low boost for KC right now, and Chicago to collect. Powerful flick over one means SSG have the opportunity to break on inside, and they will. Demo could float this one down too, but a Tao back to the backboard just in time. 90 seconds to go, completely scoreless.
Good luck that.
LJ on that right-hand side, challenged again by Rise.
It's a good beat.
And Chicago beating out Atto, tips it over the side of Vatira, makes it a lot more awkward for him to try and push his way through.
Chicago?
Rise up high, can Vatira get there first? He gets there second, but the block is just as good no matter where he's going to be touching it. But the pressure, my word, Space Station Gaming are putting on the press.
They are pressing the fuck out of them.
Not been in this position for a very long time. Chicago with a flick. Batty saving. Hoxer,
more
pressure, more touches. And Hoxer, the opening goal versus Europe's resurgent blue wall.
Great bump from Chicago.
Chicago trying to drive it forward. He does, but Hoxer waiting in the wings. Right time, right place to challenge. Does so successfully. SSG, they take the lead at 1. Back into kickoff they go. Rise. He's going to try and get this response coming as quickly as possible. Down, bounce up. Vatira, he's on the lurk. It was almost dangerous territory from a Hoxer touch right there, but somehow SSG still alive in this. He spots Vatira, and he's through.
KC's first goal on LAN since we saw them in Copenhagen. It has been a long time, but welcome back, boys.
There's no boost. That's so ass, bro.
when Carmen
That's so
Corp
unlucky.
get into it, you're just speechless. They're so clean with it every time. And to see them back into the rhythm of things, that's what you want. Great response, very condensed, short period of time for them to get back into things. 37 left on the clock, though. Who's going to try and steal this lead?
A steal it will be, because these two teams have been utterly even right up to this point. Hoxer from his back whilst working past Vatira, but a strong challenge. That is what he's been known for. So frequently, those strong challenges, going for a low 50, maintaining that control. We've seen Gentlemates do it fantastically in Europe as well. I feel like it's all
That's
good
a goal.
Vatira. Rise now. He's going to pick up on the pinch. And with 15 seconds left, Rise may well have stolen that lead.
He's getting mad! Fucking bitch!
Right to him, almost like a magnet, and completely low boost for all of SSG, all the way around. Nobody was getting back into that in time. And like I said, stolen lead. Carmine Corp take it with 14 to go.
I mean, we talk about a late kickoff. You look at Rise and Vatira versus Space Station Gaming on LAN. Towards the end of the series, we've not had any of those dramas so far with SSG. But you know what, I won't count them out. That's going to be dropping low. Carmine Corp.
They had that game, bro.
Farah and the boys
They had
may
that
well feel
game!
back at home here playing in person.
They honestly looked like themselves, more
crash out.
so in the second half of the game. I feel like it was a little
I'm about
bit
to
of a
crash
warm-up
out.
to get back into the swing of things. I do got to give props to SSG. They came out swinging. That was
First goal.
definitely the energy that they needed to have. However, once Carmine Corp start to respond, you gotta find a way to slow them down. Letting them have any drive in this is the worst situation to be placed in.
I mean, that first Hawks goal is great. Seeing Chicago get involved, getting the bump away, getting Rise out of the net, and then that fake coming through. We see that so frequently with the top European teams in particular.
Oh, yeah. No, well, KC, I remember at the very beginning of the season when they started pulling those off.
I'm about to
And
crash
I
out, bro.
remember jumping
Thank you for
out
letting
of
us
my
have
chair.
opinions. In this chat, every other streamer bans.
Shouting
Yeah, bro.
pipe down to
We're
the
all free
opposition.
spirits, right?
Realizing that, look, they can hear us. They're just
yeah.
over there, guys. You can hear what we're saying. Managing to shout towards the opposition. Is that going to be a big factor, do you think?
Oh, yeah. These, they're very emotional people.
And
so,
loud.
and having Rise that's screaming in your face when he's like 10 feet away from you, I would be stressing out a little bit too. So I want to hear some noise from SSG. They're very quiet right now, very calm a little bit. I think they're just trying to reset the mental.
Yeah.
It is a rough one to lose because they did lose the momentum that they had and the control in the last about minute or so. So it is a rough way, but clean slate, game number 2, officially underway.
And we'd like to hear
She's
that
so
kind
fine.
of talk back on LAN as well. A lot of teams do it, don't get me wrong.
I would
but
hit.
feel
Okay, y'all wildin' now,
It just
bro.
feels right seeing Rise stand up, shouting, pipe down, making sure that his opponents know that he is there, that he can put them off in any way possible. The game number 2, rather, kicking off. Carmine Corp wanting to continue this winning streak.
10 seconds into this one. It's a whole new ball game for SSG with a Carmine Corp that is very much warmed up now. A Tau low on boost, but really big clear out into that orange half there. Chicago just gonna send it on back. Vatira to collect, and Carmine Corp just lurking all the way around. The cheat-ups coming
Yo,
through.
Carmine Corp looks
Everybody
fucking
trying
good.
to make the rush. It could work, but the goal line save keeps Carmine Corp back.
And what a pass back though. Vatira now receiving it towards the
Carmine
backboard.
Corp looks
Chicago
fucking
can't clear it
insane.
away,
I'm
but
not gonna
this
lie.
is a swarming Carmine Corp team.
Hoxer is just taking his time. He's kind of my player to watch too, in all honesty, for different reasons than LJ. I feel like he's that third man that if Hoxer's actually extremely involved, this could be a
Oh
whole
my
new story.
gosh.
But
What
same
the
can be
fuck?
said on the other end
Did
of
they
things.
just breathe? Did
Well, this
they?
final, or rather, sorry, the
Yo!
first minute gone, and Carmine
Hey,
Corp
you're buffing
were
the shit out of
managing to
me.
whip up a lot
The
of
fuck?
chances.
I thought they
Chance there for
scored.
SSG to show off their defensive play. We saw that such on display over at the Esports World
Damn.
Cup.
Nah, that shit definitely
Puts the
scripted,
crossbar,
bro.
LJ sends it. Chicago's there, goes down, but instead blocked out from the defending player, rising through to the backboard. Again, Rise now with a miss, and Atto has to take over.
This one pitches back, Vatira to follow. And I do like this from Chicago. He's been playing very, very deep third, and that is a great way to be aware against how many shots Carmine Corp are inevitably going to be putting up.
my
There's another one, but
gosh.
this one, not defended, it's in their net.
More loud shouting as well. Atto intelligently going into the corner and then bumping LJ. A play entirely concocted in the mind of the Belgian, executed
Should've
by the
diabolical work.
Frenchman. And Carmine Corp with a lead.
1-goal lead for Carmine Corp. Last time, a little bit of a different story. Space Station were the first on board. The question now is, how quickly does it take for Space Station to get back into it, or does Carmine Corp just continue to build? We find out here, Rise, Batira, going for the demos, going for the bumps, no shot to come.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, Carmine Corp was fucking like world beaters right now.
SSG did a great job, that final defender. The
oh my gosh.
Clearing out the
oh my gosh.
Hox now trying to clear it.
Control.
You mentioned Hox earlier on. He was another standout player on SSG at EWC. I was blown away with his performance. I think the best performance that we've seen out of him, to be completely honest.
I completely agree. I think Hoxer's time has gone on, has definitely stepped up in a number
of
ways here. But unfortunately for them, right now, it just isn't enough. A Tau working together to get on through. 2-0 on the board. KC are back like they never left.
Carmine Corp very much stepping into gear, stepping into the old trousers that they left at their playing stations, knowing, all right, boys.
I hate being an SSG fan. It's kind of depressing.
2-0 is not an insurmountable scoreline.
I'm definitely part of that depression, bro. Like, my bad.
Wanting to begin taking that task off the list as soon as he possibly can. Dead on halfway through the game now. Opportunity for SSG to, after showing their defensive play and not really thriving with it in game number 2, they want to move a lot more onto the offensive side of the game.
You can see Chicago just going for every single demo that he can find, just trying to buy time for SSG to get control of that ball, fall back into that blue half, but they just continue to get sent back home into the orange. Rise up next, takes the low challenge there, but Hoxer to collect. Great little disruptive touch from Rise too. I like how he does that. He doesn't mind if it doesn't fall back into his own hands. He knows it's enough time for one of his teammates to follow up behind him and take this away.
Minute 50. Carmine Corp still with his 2-goal lead.
Yo, Carmine Corp look good.
SSG maybe looking a little bit shaken, not realizing, gosh, okay, you haven't been at LAN since you competed in Denmark, and yet here you are. We've barely seen you compete in the European regionals. You were knocked out so early.
It's a new game, right? When you come back to Worlds after being away for so long, whether it's been so long since you competed in a World Championship or just on LAN in general, having months in between that in-person competitive feel, it shakes things up. And if there's a time to try and do that, it's now. But KC want to stick to the old game. They're still up 2-0, just over a minute left.
I think Chicago takes home the weirdest save of the day award, I would say. Just flying in front of the net, then saving it with the tip of his car. Chip over the top. Batira can't make that one work on that occasion, but Chicago makes it awkward for his teammates to try and work their way through. Rise with the pancake attempt. Going central, 1-2. Chicago now back towards the middle. This final 45, Space Station Gaming, they started with exclamation marks, and they have bent and curled into question marks about whether they are going to be able to bring it back against this team that we've not seen for a long old while.
Yes, it is.
KC just
wait, LJ!
LJ sets up Hoxer.
Oh, let's go, boys.
Seconds, SSG.
Nah, the boys scored. The boys scored. They won.
A lot more composure on their cameras.
Compared to last year, it's awful.
No trying to throw off KC.
Oh, what's awful?
No trying to get in their heads, playing their own game, being very introspective. That introspection has to turn to an explosion, though.
Jersey's working too well. They look invisible in the pitch. That's insane.
A little bit of a safer kickoff there for Carmine Corp. They stay back in preparation for Space Station coming their way there.
Wait, Griff, what are you talking about, bro?
Chicago's going to send this one upfield. A Tau to stop it in its tracks. And here comes Chicago and LJ, both of them unable to make any connection. It's just Rise
kickoff gotta be peak,
wasting every precious second that SSG need to make one last play. LJ not over Batira. 2 seconds left on the clock.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hits the ground. Carmine Corp. Good play.
Oh.
The double is wide, and that's on the ground. KC to match point.
I'm not gonna lie. I do not know what the fuck Farrah just told these motherfuckers, but they are moving, bro.
For SSG, you are horrified that has just about gone amiss. Rise getting 100 points in that game, despite winning it 2-1. He was doing, I mean, he had one shot, one demo, so not really getting too many points from on-board plays, but his off-ball plays clearly doing everything for the team.
Oh, yes. He was everywhere all at once. I felt like a lot of the moves he was doing, were very impactful. I talked about the little touches he would make. He was very secure in knowing that his teammates would be right behind him, ready to continue the play and pushing things and keeping that flow going. But on the flip side of things, Space Station just got back into the swing of things a little bit too late. I liked what I saw. A lot of team plays, a lot of trying to find each other off the backboard there. They did find each other. Just unfortunately, they ran out of time.
No, K-Corp is fucking moving right now, bro.
5 more minutes to make sure that they stay in round number 1. Of course, they want to be going through into round number 2 in that 1-0 spot, but right now it looks like it has got a hint of blue shining over it. Karmine Corp on their way to win a series 3-0 over Space Station Gaming, but 5 more minutes is going to decide the tempo of the rest of the series.
Listen, NA, famous for coming back from being down all the time. There is a chance. However, that chance is going to happen later on. We do have a pause here.
That's our first pause.
First pause.
For us, anyway.
Well, for us.
Yeah, there was one a bit earlier on. That's fine, though. Just making sure that over on the Karmine Corp side, looks like Pharaoh potentially might have lost audio. We're just making sure that everybody is all nice and happy, that his team can still hear him. Of course, the coaches, I think we talk about the players a lot, but the coaches, they have got a huge wealth of knowledge that help out their players in every single aspect. Pharaoh, of course, we reference him as one of the greatest minds that Rocket League has ever seen. Had that perfect split with Vitality in spring last year, won the World Championship with them, and then became an absolute French turncoat and went over to their biggest rivals, KC.
I mean, Ferret, honestly, he just lives through the drama. He loves doing the most
so black. Holy
shit. Random
I want some
things
chicken
ever,
that's so black of me.
Live for it every single time. But like you said, having these coaches, I feel like this
you don't like the jerseys?
Has been the first time there has been a real emphasis on how much effort they put into these teams, how much of an impact.
Is this the last match? Yeah, it is the last match.
We've seen it with KC. We've seen it all the way around the world. My favorite one to talk about, obviously, G2 Safio. That is just, it's a new level that has been, the bar has definitely been raised this past year.
I mean, you look at how it all started as well with players a few seasons ago, I believe back in season 8, it was introduced. You know, we were seeing that there's we saw the coaches, they started to get involved on stage. I remember Gregan at the time, the coach for Vitality.
What the fuck is going on, pal?
Stage this year. How cool is
North America is down horrendous.
Oh, no, season, 7 actually, when they ended up winning it. They managed to go on the stage, and it was so exciting to see them. It's evolved through to this point. We've seen the impact that all these coaches have. And to give everybody an update of what is going on in this game, just making sure that everyone is back in the lobby. And it looks like we're going to be restarting from 4 minutes and from 5 minutes. Sorry, I read the clock incorrectly. That is on me, and I got shouted at by the producer. Sorry, producer. 5 minutes, rather, we're going to be restarting from.
I'm not gonna lie, Asu's goal was crazy.
Straight from kickoff again.
Yeah, so in this situation, there's actually a lot that can go down. I want to, in theory, think that this could work in SSG's favor. You can take this up as an opportunity to, re-strat your beginning stages of the game, because let's all be honest, the beginning stages
he
were
pissed it from inside
shaky.
his fucking net, bro.
Find their way on through. However, it always could be better.
Yeah, well, we can learn from that 21 seconds. That 21 seconds never happened.
It didn't happen.
Doesn't matter, guys. All right, yeah, but let's just reset. We're all good. The Karmine Corp, as we've been saying, they are trying to get through into that 3-0. If they can get through as well in 3-0, it then puts them into the most preferential seeding possible. Of course, we're going to be seeing a lot of our good teams, and of course, OG. They ended up losing to Furia. They went down 0-3. It then puts them potentially in the firing line of KC. If they do go through in that 3-0, it then puts them into the opposite sides of the seeding. Of course, I'm not clever enough to really fully understand it, so I'm just sort of theory crafting, and I bet D-Rex is shouting at me right now.
He is
saying,
probably
mate, what on earth are you talking about? Come on,
okay.
Let me do this bit.
We'll get the correct version eventually, and we'll say it tomorrow. Yeah. But for now, everybody, it's just a waiting game. When are you getting back into it? How quickly can you?
Damn, bro.
Well, the answer is now.
It comes off KC a little bit as well, being very hot through those first 2 games. We then see them have to actually take their foot off the brake a little, or off the accelerator a little bit. Will Atto care? He does go for a big push immediately, so maybe not.
No, for KC, they're like, all right, it was actually just a breather a little bit, but we're not letting up at all. LJ off the backboard, tries to go for the double, doesn't find the angle. Great stop there from KC, but SSG coming in with a new level of power in the first parts of this game.
Oh my God.
Miss there, though, for LJ. Rise then for going the ball, going for the man instead, tries to 2-foot him out the sky. First 30 seconds, LJ trying to go for a fake instead Atto throws his face straight at it. Chicago tips it on. Hoxer very awkward here. Wants to go for the bump on that final man does Rise. Playing again, very off ball. And did we not see that when they were incredibly dominant in Europe in the first major qualifiers this year? It was Rise going for immense off-ball pressure.
Oh man, well now he's trying to get in on the action there, trying to get the pass over to him, didn't find it. A towel though,
they're actually playing so fucking smart.
Will find his way through.
Everybody had
low 50, grabs the boost,
Hoxer, he can't
doesn't do anything. Just made a free shot, bro.
Then suddenly look, sees that Atto's there, has to chuck it in reverse, can't quite get back there.
RC there to save us. I'll be there one day, bro.
Atto securing the lead for Karmine Corp in this third incredibly important game.
Back off kickoff, Karmine Corp immediately in that SSG half. Rise doesn't get the beat on LJ. LJ is clear though, does fall to the hands of Atira, and that's a rough one because once it falls to the hands of a KC player, they are going to keep it very, very close. SSG around the corner here, trying to break on in, but every touch seems to go to a mini no man's land.
They're trying to clear it away as well across the face. Will not be as successful every time, KC. Hoxer was nearly there to sink it, did make contact. Unfortunately for him, the ball was a little bit too quick to actually get it towards the net. Vati going straight to the back ball. Who's going to be there next? Atto wants to be, but instead it's going to shy away. Hoxer ceiling, reset down, high of target. But again, we mentioned it in the other series, the vision is there for SSG. The execution so far lacking a bit.
Yes, just a tiny bit.
A smidge.
A tiny bit.
They're so smart from
I will say this does fall into on the hands of Karmine Corp. The fact that they've given SSG the ample opportunity to use that backboard so many times now, at some point it is going to fail them if they do not start to cover that. But SSG, not too worried, gonna still take the chances they have, but Karmine Corp taking the shots and the opportunities of theirs. Here comes Rise.
And that chip coming through with Rise, I'm pretty sure, putting an L on his forehead and then looking over towards SSG, shouting, hollering and jeering at his North American opposition. Karmine Corp, they begin their romp into round two.
Casey, the only team I see playing like Falcons, I think G2 plays like Falcons too.
Saying Rise is quiet is a overstatement by a lot of things, but in Rise's world, to not
G2 plays more like defensive.
That feels
actually
quiet. And now
like G2 has like really creative offense.
All of these offensive attacks,
but like their defense is the best in the league. So like
he's got 3 shots of his own, 1 goal already through.
G2 already played. Yeah, they played
like
first.
We said, it's just they're back. They're back in the swing of things. They remember the feeling of winning all the time. And there's just no slowing it down.
They run the tempo in this game, and they are forcing SSG to play by their songbook. LJ is going to have to make sure that he can whip it back. Gets a beautiful touch round 1, round 2. Rise now central. Atto, demo on Hoxer. But when's the last time SSG made it out of there?
Oh my gosh.
Who cares? Because Chicago's pinching it from his.
What on earth? So LJ tried to like just keep it out, just get a touch on it, but right place, right time from Chicago. It's a crazy clear up field. They catch Karmine Corp off guard. They're back in this. It becomes winnable. Only a 1 goal.
Who do you think is playing the best right now? Falcons.
Bit of scary news here, though, for SSG. Despite managing to score that goal, they have lost both previous games 2-1.
KC is
So far, going by the exact same script we saw on Manfield and Forbidden Temple. They're going to be hoping that this third map is going to be just a little bit different. The 1-2, the final save from Rise, gets it through. Top corner, not found. Chicago denting the crossbar.
Just a little bit too much power on that shot. You do have to be mindful and know when to slow things down a little bit if you are SSG. But flip side, Karmine Corp, they're not slowing down by any means. They're still keeping the pressure going. LJ and Hoxer push this one up.
Oh my gosh, that clear.
Just all the power in the world to send it back. And Chicago Flick completely stopped.
If anybody wants to claim for whiplash on that one with the camera, then absolutely you can, because I know that I'm going to be. Good Lord, the pace on the ball through that play. 80 seconds, 70 seconds.
Yeah, they're cooked. Yeah, they're cooked.
Atto,
oh my, I don't know how they read that.
However, to get it through that final defender in Chicago. And the tempo from Karmine Corp is
playing so fucking
not
good.
Be quite as dominant as we have seen before. Space Station Gaming wrestling back, just a bit of control. However, they only have 50 seconds to make sure that the game stays at this kind of level and in fact goes more into their favor.
Exactly.
Might be a goal.
LJ up. Here comes Hoxer. This one taken away by a Tau, and SSG doing what we saw in the last game, making the last final push in the most pressurized moments of a game. The last 30 seconds are here. Here comes a Tau to the backboard. This one off. And
what
LJ's
the fuck?
sends us upfield. You already see Hoxer there waiting and ready to go, but Carmine Corp just stopping every bit of hope.
Picking up any boost they can on their way through as well, wanting to make sure that no other goals find their way down. LJ going long to Hoxer, instead intercepted by Atto. Hoxer now again into the corner. Rise sends it on its way. Batira a chance.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are fucking world beaters right now.
Ball. Keep it away from any orange player. LJ, control, space, time. Does he have the composure?
This one's still up. A Tau takes it away. LJ, a little bit of boost to work with, but this clear could be deadly. It's caught by Chicago in the corner, still in play. Hoxer trying to keep their dreams alive as this one pitches up. It's still going. Rise and a Tau, they spot each other. They want the ball dead, but LJ says no. He's still going past Batira towards the backboard. This one's floating in the corner in front of Chicago, but it's down. Carmine Corp survive.
Oh my word. How many chances? How many times do they keep that ball off the floor at 0 seconds? 30 seconds. That was off the floor. They had a chance. It had to be a snapshot. And unfortunately for them, they couldn't quite secure it. Carmine Corp, on their first outing at LAN since Copenhagen, they take home the win. And the blue wall reigns supreme over the Space Station Gaming side.
My heart, and I think I can say this for everyone in the room, is racing after watching that last attempt. But at the end of the day, the blue wall continues to put down another brick, another win, and just keep on going. And I mean, it's just the beginning of the week. This isn't a horrible place to be. That wasn't a bad loss from SSG by any means.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1. However, the moments where they needed to make those pushes, unfortunately, they just kept
I don't know what the fuck Farah said.
And you know what? I had SSG at the start.
I don't know what the fuck
Farah
said.
I thought their composure could do it on this chance,
but
on this particular outing.
They
Carmine Corp, they were the ones who came out a little bit stronger. Farah still talking to his team, making sure that they don't just go through a sheer excitement, that they're not now going to suddenly lose all their game plan because they won one series. Wow. Need to win 2 more, and then you need to go through our brand new hybrid playoff bracket. It is a long journey for them yet. There is a lot more of them, a lot more games, and more goals and more success waiting.
Oh yes, this is only day 1. This is just the beginning. However, it is the end of day 1, and there are series. Oh, I know, it was crazy. This is just this whole thing was insane. And I mean, take a look back at the Mobile One High Performance Replay for the last time today. You will see this incredible cohesion. KC worked together like a unit. Rise.
I'm about to end stream, bro.
No one else we wanted to talk to than him.
Back on the stage, it is again Rise from KC. I gotta say, man, we missed you, and I'm sure you missed this as well.
I did indeed, mate. It was we've had a long hiatus, but we're back now.
It was all planned though, right? Just so you can come back more powerful.
I don't know about that. Okay. We had a very bad regional 2, but we brought it back. We made it in the end, and that's what matters.
Yeah, talk to me about this, because like obviously that could be a devastating thing for any kind of competitor. For you and the team, what were the emotions going through that, and as a squad, and maybe even personally?
Well, it was difficult. You know, we have high expectations. Right. The org, the fans have high expectations of us, and obviously we didn't reach those expectations in the second split, and we were just as disgusted as they were. I'm sure, disappointed, everything. And so, yeah, you know, I think a lot of teams would have struggled to rebound.
It's easy to just fall apart.
Exactly. I think a lot of teams would have, but the group that we've got is great. You know, we're very open. We're very good communication-wise. Like we convey our feelings, how we feel it, etc. And so we didn't let it get to us. You know, what's in the past, we move forward. We look towards the final goal, which is where we are now.
Yeah, exactly. Can you just tell me maybe if there were things, obviously not specifics, but things that you guys were working on as a squad to make sure that that wouldn't happen again? There wouldn't be an early fallout in, say, this Swiss here?
I don't know about things in specific. It's more just the kind of, you know, we keep the confidence no matter what happens. You know, we keep the positivity. We keep playing our game. We don't really get into like over-analyzing what the other team are doing, what maybe like they're trying to do to counter us. We just play our game. We play how we want to, and yeah.
And now looking at the landscape since then, because it has actually been a while, so to get to this point here, looking at the landscape of teams that have the potential to take the title here, do you feel like it's changed drastically, increased maybe to a certain degree? Because I feel like it has.
No, it definitely has increased. You know, you've got Falcons, you've got G2, who, you know, NA a couple of seasons ago, no one had.
I thought it was over.
Yeah, exactly.
We thought it was over.
But you've got G2, Falcons, Furia even. You've got a lot of teams from outside of Europe and NA who can compete for the top. Like, obviously, I wasn't there, but in London, Falcons got the grand final. Yeah, it's. I think there's a lot of teams that could win the World Championship, probably about 7, 8 teams that could win it. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
For me, I like the easy route, so I would say it as a negative thing. But for you as a competitor, do you like that it's such a healthy top end to the scene right now, or is it just annoying that you have to go through all that now?
No, I think it's good because I think at the end of the weekend we can say who the best team in the world is.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. One final thing, because it's been a while here, out to the blue wall, to the fans, let them know that you guys are back.
Well, you can see we're back. 3-0, good start to the week. I was going to say weekend, but it's week. Yeah, big thank you to all the fans. We see all your messages, all your support. It really means the world to us, and it keeps us motivated, keeps us going. So, yeah, hopefully we can bring the trophy home.
One down, many more to go. Congratulations on the first, but that is the end.
Let's
for today's.
go! Let's go, Gamers 2!